This is 4-99, and it says, do you want to read it out loud, Logan?
Sure. Based on the measurements provided for each triangle below, decide if the angle must be then more than, less than, or equal to 45 degrees. Assume the diagram is not drawn to scale. Show how you know.
Oh, okay, so does anyone have any ideas about this one? Do you think it's...
Yeah, I know it's not drawn to scale because 3 is bigger than 4.
Yeah. So what do you think? Say that thing, that little angle guy, if it looks like that, we call it...
Theta?
Theta.
Oh, theta.
I know, it sounds like it has an F in it, like theta, but it's theta.
In this one, somebody did their work in this book.
Yeah, theta.
This one, somebody did their work in this book. I have their work right here.
I'm sorry, maybe you could erase it.
Oh, yes, the answer is also in here.
Okay, so is theta less than or equal to or greater than 45? So I think that's what we're supposed to answer.
I'm pretty sure for this.
It is greater than.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because, wait, no, it's less,
It is less than.
theta is less than because, it's to the 3.
Yes, it's across from the 3?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? It's across from the shorter of the 2 sides. This one, so if the sides were both 4, if this was 4 and this was 4, then these would both be 45 degrees, because that's how it works when you have a isosceles. But this one's the shorter side, so it's going to have the smaller angle, and this one would actually have the bigger angle. So that's going to be smaller than...
They tried to fool you by making it not drawn to scale.
So you can just write it like that. Theta is less than 45, and that's the answer for letter A.
Less than.
Do we have to like explain or something? That is your explanation.
Well,
Theta is less than.
I don't know.
Teacher said.
Does it say show? It says show how you know. So I kind of showed this. I'm gonna go with what I already wrote here. And I'm going to write something, I'm going to say, if the angle, oh, I meant to say at the sides.
That is correct.
If the sides are equal, then the angle would be 45. And just say something in your own words, because it says show how you know. And then I'm going to say, since the side across from theta is less than, I can say less than, can't I?
Mm-hmm.
Shorter than or less than. The other side, then theta is less than.
Oh, the next one's very, very confusing.
Next one's confusing?
Look, the 8 square root, it's the 90 degree is straight across from.
What?
So there's theta, there's 18, there's 18 root 2.
Okay.
Yeah. This is 18 root 2. Okay, so did we learn about the 2 triangles? This one is the 45, 45, 90?
Yeah.
The special triangles?
I think so.
Did we learn about, like, this is going to be 1, 1, root 2?
Yeah.
No. Huh?
Algebra 2, I think we did.
In Algebra 2 you learned it, so we don't know that yet in this class. So...
That's 45.
Huh?
It's equal to 45. Haha, thank you.
I gave you a hint. I didn't mean to give you that hint. Is there any other reason why we can figure out that it's equal to 45? What about maybe Pythagorean theorem or something?
Pythagorean theorem, I don't think would work.
Oh, you don't think so? Well, if we know that if this side and this side are equal lengths, then we're gonna have, if that was actually also 18, then we'd have 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how come you're saying this is 45? Just because I busted out my little 45, 45, 90 degree triangle?
Yes.
Okay. What about, so there's, could we use Pythagorean theorem? Well, what if we assumed that this is 18, we're just going to try to prove it? What if we went 18 squared equals, like we want to see if it equals,
18 root 2.
is that crazy?
Yeah, I think it does.
What? Well, if the square root, 18 root 2 squared, right? So, I'm going 18 squared and 18 squared.
Yep.
It's 648. And 18 root 2 squared. Oh, you already got it all figured out?
No, it says it's 25.4584412. Yeah.
What, why are you sitting there in your mouth? Where did you get that?
I got it at my house.
How come my roof's going over? That's error. Okay.
Error.
That's probably not going to work because it needs parentheses.
Error.
There we go. That's how I might write it. It works. See?
Ah.
You have to type it in right.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's another way you could find out if you don't know about the special right triangle. That was letter B.
Yeah.
Show how I know? Hey, I don't have to show how I know, I just did. You know what I mean? So maybe you thought I was wasting my time, but now I don't have to write anything, because that is plenty showing.
Okay, I see.
I can write Pythagorean theorem.
Ooh.
I can. Okay, so you guys want to go to letter C, huh? So letter C says, oh no, it's over there.
Oh, I know the answer.
It's got an 8 and a 2. And theta's over here, so what do you think about that, everybody? Huh?
The person on here has 7 degree angle.
A 7-degree angle?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Did you measure it with a protractor?
No, the person on here has a 7-degree angle.
Oh, the person that wrote in your book?
Yeah.
Well, don't listen to them. So what does the rest of the class think about theta? Do you think theta...
Fell into the half-blood.
Huh?
Theta is greater than 45.
Why?
Because theta goes to 8 and the other one goes to 2.
And because the side across from theta is greater than the other side? Okay, that is your reason.
Theta is greater than 45 degrees.
Well, we think that because A is less than 25 degrees, C is equal to 25 degrees C. That's the side.
I would think that, and it's true. And it's also true on here.
So I think that they're trying to, like, train your brain to You're supposed to know that if the two sides are equal, then, because of your slope triangles that you have in your toolkit, you're supposed to know that if the two sides, like the change in y over change in x, if they're equal or whatever, then you're gonna have a 2 45-degree angles. But since this is a longer side, it's gonna be across from the bigger angle. And so this angle's gonna have to be bigger than 45, and likewise, this would be less than 45, because the ratio of the sides. Though always the angle across from the larger side is always gonna be a larger angle. And remember when we used the linguini, and like, see if I wanted to close this angle up like this, like close it up some, it would force this side, like if I close that angle some, it would force this side to get shorter, right? When you have a longer side, it forces, like if you think about that dry spaghetti that we were using, the more you open it up, well, that doesn't look right. When you open up the side, it makes the side, you know, when you open up the angle, it makes the side across from it longer.
When it's impossible, make a 90-90 triangle.